Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Susan Lopresti Wellness, Mind, Body, and Soul, the podcast where we explore the highs, the lows, and everything in between when it comes to a woman's life, her health, and all aspects of navigating the midlife landscape. I'm your host, Susan Lopresti, and today we're going to explore a common and often debilitating issue that many women face, and that is hormonal headaches. I'll be taking a deep dive into this topic from a functional medicine perspective, uncovering the underlying causes and discussing holistic approaches for managing and preventing these headaches. I want to start out by telling you my own personal experience with hormonal headaches, which none of my doctors but one diagnosed them as such. I didn't know if I had a brain tumor or if, God forbid, I had brain cancer or was having a stroke. They were just so frightening. And they were also accompanied with nausea and vomiting. And I couldn't see light. It was blinding to be in the daylight. And I would get this flashing aura, which looked like a kaleidoscope and geometric shapes of everything that I was looking at. So everything was broken up into geometric shapes, and it would be like a light bulb was flashing in my eye. It was a terrible experience, and it was frightening. Besides being terrible, it was frightening for me. And I would have to leave work if I was at work, and it happened a lot when I was at work, by the way, or before going to work, or sometimes getting on the train to come home from work. It always seemed to happen within that type of time frame. But anyway, I would have to take car service home from the city. I would have a bath bag. I would be puking in the back of a car service all the way home to my house. It was terrible. It was embarrassing. I was apologizing to the driver. And once I got home, I would go into my apartment, shut all the blinds and shades, crawl into bed, put like a bucket next to my bed that I could puke in, and just lay there and try to just let it wear off. But sometimes these headaches would last 6, 7, 8 hours. And I was suffering like that. And it was really, really terrible. And I started doing some research on my own, Dr. Google and stuff like that. And I read that acupuncture was very helpful with menopause. And I knew it was perimenopause because I was in my, I want to say mid 40s when this started. And honestly, I had a lot of stress as well. I had a stressful job. I was in the process of getting divorced, which was, devastating for me. I was trying to sell my house. I was trying to decide where my daughter and I were going to live and how we were going to make ends meet. So I was under tremendous stress, plus hormonal issues. So you put those two combinations together and it's like a time bomb, right? So I started going for acupuncture and I went religiously every Saturday for 2 years. And the severity of the hormonal headache was less, and they were less frequent, but they were still continuing. And so then I started doing research on functional medicine doctors because conventional doctors were telling me that it was perfectly normal to have all the symptoms that you were having. Aches and pains. Absolutely. You're in your mid 40s. Of course, you're going to be having aches and pains. Of course, your hormones are out of whack. But they didn't talk to me about hormone replacement therapy. And I knew that traditional hormonal replacement therapy had its downside. So when I started researching functional medicine doctors, right? And I started looking into what that was like. And so I found a functional medicine doctor in New York City, and I decided that I wanted to go check it out. And I sat with this woman in her office for over an hour, and we talked about my family history, my parents, where they grew up, what their lifestyle was like. Did my dad smoke? Did my mom smoke? Did my mom take birth control pills? I wasn't prepared to answer half of these questions. Anyway, so we went through the whole family history thing. And one of the first things that she said to me before we even went to have blood work was that she wanted me to be on a probiotic and magnesium. And as far as the probiotics, she said, I know you need a probiotic. You have all these gut issues, which I told her about, the gas, the bloating, constipation, then diarrhea. And she wanted me on magnesium because our soil is depleted in magnesium because we don't give the soil a chance to regenerate. We keep planting crops in the same soil without rotating. Anyway, those were the first two supplements. And once she got the results back, she determined that I had a tremendous amount of inflammation and high inflammation throughout my body, and also high antibodies of gluten. So it was also determined that I had leaky gut syndrome, which is a digestive condition where the intestinal lining allows bacteria and toxins into the bloodstream. It refers to an increase in permeability of the intestinal lining. So that's how all these toxins and bacteria were entering into my bloodstream, because I actually had like small tears in my intestinal lining. And that was what was creating all of this inflammation and causing all these aches and pains, and ultimately those hormonal headaches as well. Not only was it debilitating and very uncomfortable at times, but it took away like my carefree lifestyle, because I had to think about the fact that I could be anywhere and all of a sudden my stomach would like blow up and I would have gas, like unbelievable, and it was embarrassing to try and curb that in a social setting. So I started not going to a lot of things because of that. It was also determined once my blood work came back that I had Hashimoto's disease. And guess what gluten does? Gluten attacks your thyroid. And because I had an underactive thyroid, that turned into an autoimmune disease, which is when your body begins attacking an organ in your body. And for me, that organ was my thyroid. So it was suggested immediately that I give up gluten, dairy, sugar, and caffeine. And believe me when I tell you, I was so desperate to feel better that I pretty much would have done anything to feel better. That doctor could have told me, you need to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge. Once you jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, you're going to feel better. I would have done it because I was that desperate to feel better. So when she gave me this diet and told me all the things that I had to do, I went so strict. I did everything. I was taking my probiotic. I was taking digestive enzymes. I gave up gluten, gave up dairy, gave up sugar. I went through such withdrawals initially, from sugar withdrawal and caffeine withdrawal. Holy crap, it was like giving up drugs. But when I crossed over that threshold, which took about 6 months to get to, I was a different person. I was completely a, a healed woman. And like I said, it took 6 months. And what did I do? I cooked each and every meal for myself. I had recipes, gluten-free recipes, dairy-free recipes. I tweaked recipes and traded out and swapped ingredients for gluten-free ingredients. And I was just so on top of this that it was incredible. Not only did my headaches go away, but my gut issues healed. No more embarrassing digestive issues in public. My body aches melted away. I never got another migraine headache, knock on wood. My skin looked better. My hair looked better. It was almost like I was going backwards in time, just from healing my gut and changing my diet. I was feeling younger. And I was feeling more positive and happier because I finally felt good. I had taken my health for granted before. And it wasn't until I started feeling like crap that I realized what I lost. And so I wanted my health back. And I healed myself. I had the guidance of a functional medicine doctor who started me on the right path. I hired myself a health coach. And that's why I became a health coach, because I started thinking about all the women out there who were suffering and were being told that it was normal to feel that way. And so, I wanted to help women because I didn't want them to live their life going through what I was going through and just accepting it as normal. So that is my story. And this is where I want to kick things off for you. And I want to get a clear understanding of what hormonal headaches are and why they occur. And once you understand that, then you'll be able to take it from there and decide how you're going to handle them. So hormonal fluctuations, particularly during your menstrual cycle, can trigger headaches, but not only during your menstrual cycle. When you're in perimenopause and menopause, you're going to have those fluctuations as well. Pregnancy will also bring them on. So anything that's going to shift your hormonal changes are going to cause these headaches to occur. And the reason why I love functional medicine is because it looks beyond the symptoms, right? And it aims to address the root cause of the health issue and then correct that root cause, where conventional medicine is going to give you a pill for your hormonal headaches. So when they happen, take this pill and the symptoms will go away, but not the cause. And I don't want to live on the edge worrying about when my next hormonal headache is going to hit, right? So I wanted to eliminate the cause, and that's functional medicine. And so in the case of hormonal imbalances, there's a lot of causes. Inflammation in your body, gut health, dysbiosis, where the bad bacteria overgrows the good bacteria. And that's what's causing all of these gut issues. Lifestyle factors. If you're under tremendous stress, if you're unhappy in your job, if you're unhappy in your family life, if you have no type of a spiritual practice, all of these issues, right? Believe it or not, are going to upset your gut. And there's that gut-brain connection. So when your gut is out of balance, you will experience some unhappiness, some depression, and feelings like that. So hormones play a significant role in our overall health and imbalances and can lead to a range of issues, including headaches. And let's go to that gut-brain connection that I just spoke about. Did you know that there is a strong connection between our gut health and headaches? An unhealthy gut can contribute to inflammation and affect neurological pathways, potentially triggering headaches. And then I want to also talk about nutritional strategies for prevention, because what we eat plays a crucial role in our hormonal balance and overall health. And dietary strategies can help prevent and manage hormonal headaches. The importance of including an anti-inflammatory diet and balancing blood sugar levels and incorporating key nutrients that support hormonal health are crucial in order to begin to heal. And that's where a health coach comes into play, helping you create a diet plan around your issues. An anti-inflammatory diet, helping you to eliminate dairy, gluten, sugar, and caffeine. You need that support, and that's where a health coach comes in. We want to talk about those lifestyle factors, stress management. If you're under tremendous amounts of stress, you are going to be on high alert all the time. When you're on high alert, cortisol, which is a stress hormone, that is going to turn on. Now, let's say back in the hunter-gatherer days, if you were being chased by an animal, right, that you were their prey, your cortisol hormone will turn on, which will make you move quicker to run from that animal. It puts you on high alert, right? But once you're out of danger and that animal gives up on you and decides to go find prey somewhere else, you become relaxed again and your cortisol shuts off and you're back to normal. But in today's lifestyle, it's one stress factor after another, after another, after another. So cortisol is not shutting off, and it's turned on all the time. And when it's turned on all the time, you're creating inflammation in your body. So there are techniques for establishing a more balanced lifestyle and creating healthier sleep patterns and incorporating appropriate physical activity, all to support hormonal health. And there are functional medicine therapies. So functional medicine offers a range of therapies to address imbalances and also headaches. From herbal supplements to acupuncture, to mindfulness practices, it's important to explore various holistic approaches that can complement dietary and lifestyle changes. So everything is holistic. You need to look at your health holistically. You're not just going to approach better health by diet. If you're still stressed out, it's not going to work as well. You have to look at it holistically, right? So there's a lot of different approaches, and they can complement dietary and lifestyle changes. And you will know soon enough as you start practicing different theories and different therapies, which ones work for your individual needs. Because what works for your friend may not work for you, because we're all individual, right? And some things you may be more sensitive to than your friend is. So you need to tweak it. So here's the conclusion, right? As we wrap up this episode, I've uncovered the multifaceted nature of hormonal headaches and explored how functional medicine offers a comprehensive approach to understanding and managing these headaches. Remember, finding the right approach for you might involve some trial and error, but with the guidance of a skilled functional medicine practitioner, you can pave the way to a life with fewer headaches and improved overall well-being. Also, please keep in mind that once you know what's going on in your body and you know what you need to do because your functional medicine doctor has put you on the right path, you may need the continued help and guidance from a health coach to keep you motivated, to continue you on that right path to wellness. You may need encouragement and just motivation to continue. And I am always open to having a conversation with you about your health concerns. And you can schedule a free 30-minute health assessment with me by going to my website, www.susanlopresti.com. You can schedule a free health assessment with me. You can gain access to my podcast. You can look at all the programs that I have available to you. You could get to know a little bit more about me. I have a wonderful blog on there with all kinds of health and wellness tips. And after that, you are under no obligation at all to continue with me, but I would be happy to talk to you for 30 minutes about your health issues and just see what I can offer as advice and tips for you to go forward. I want to thank you for joining me on this enlightening episode. If you found this episode valuable, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also share it out with your friends and your family and leave me a review. Remember, your journey to harmonized health is within reach. Stay tuned for more empowering insights. Until the next time, be well, stay happy, and bye for now.